Ahoy and welcome to Food Simplicity and Vitality. This is a food and lifestyle channel where we cook together and we stay well together. Today it's my pleasure to bring you this delicious tasting salmon scallop lemongrass salad, and this will be served on a warm bed of vegetables and salad. Guys, I love fish and I'm a pescatarian, so any opportunity to cook a fish dish, I'm always ready. Guys, if you enjoy the video, do remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you will always know when I upload a video which will be relevant to you and your good health. So let's not delay any further. Let me show you how I made this beautiful tasting salad.
So we'll begin by preparing the scallops. Now these I bought at the local supermarket and they are raw, extra large Canadian scallops, and they're caught in the wild, guys. So you get about 8 in each pack, and I bought 2 packets. They look like this, and just take them out of the packet and then we will set them aside ready to season. This is the the wild salmon, and these are the wild salmon fillets, and they are also in, I only bought 1 packet of these. And then we've got the shallots, these little baby onions which are really flavoursome. They look like this. So what we're going to do is to peel the shallots, and I'm going to cut them in half, ready to feed onto the lemongrass skewers. Let's take them out like that, peel them off and cut them in half. These are the lemongrass, and they come looking like this. They're not that long, but they are, you can see the size of those. And I just simply discard the outer bark, if you like, the outer part, and I set that aside, and I use that in other recipes, maybe a curry or something. So yes, so now that we have got the salmon, we're going to cut them in probably 1/2 inch, just enough to be like mouth-sized chunks, I call them. I've taken the skin off the back of the salmon because this one was not skinless, and they are ready once they've been sliced into those quarters. This is the lemongrass, and all you need to do is feed them onto the lemongrass like that. So I put a scallop on, I'm now putting a salmon piece on, maybe another scallop, and then I'm going to feed on the shallot at the end. And if you find it difficult to pierce the shallot, you can use a skewer, as you'll see in a moment. So yes, just feed them on as you like. Started there with the salmon, then the scallop, then the salmon, and then pierce the shallot there, and you keep going until they're all done, and they will look something like this. And I'm now going to make a seasoning, a kind of marinade for the fish. Just, there's 2 stages to, there's a sauce, and this is the marinade I'm making first. And we've got the olive oil, 3 tablespoons, a little bit of thyme put in there, and I'm also going to add a little bit of salt, white pepper, a little bit of black pepper as well, and my garlic. I love cooking with garlic. Now these are garlic granules, and you mix that all together, add some more oil if you have to, and make more of this marinade if you like. And I'm now going to simply dip the fish in the marinate like that and continue with all of them. They should look like this once they've all been marinated, and we're ready to grill or fry. Very nice. Now guys, if you do want to grill, it's simply put them on parchment paper and pop them in the oven for about 15 minutes on a low heat until they're cooked. In my case, I'm going to fry them on the griddle pan. So I've put 3 tablespoons of olive oil in there. Make sure it's nice and moderately hot. And I'm cooking them in batches, maybe 3 or 4 at a time, so that I can keep an eye on them and make sure they're cooked throughout. And they sizzle away for about 10 minutes or so, and then they'll be cooked. Turning them halfway through, keeping an eye, and cooking them down until you know they're cooked all the way through. In my case, it was about 15 minutes. Keep frying, and as I said, I've cooked them in batches, and this is how they will look once they've been cooked on all the different sides. You can pop them in the oven while you prepare the rest of your ingredients. Now I'm showing you now how to make the fish sauce. So we're going to use the vermouth. It's extra dry. It's an Italian wine and it's used in cooking mainly. And I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of this to my jug there. And once I've added those to the jug, I'm going to add my melted butter. Again, this is about 3 to 4 tablespoons of melted butter. Add some spice. This is the Italian spice. I've added there with some white pepper, and I'm adding a little bit of salt. I ran out of my other salt, so this one's just as good though. And yes, we're mixing that in, and we're actually going to cook that on the cooker for about 5 to 10 minutes until it's smooth. And then I'm adding the herbs as well, and that will make it really, really nice once it's cooked down. We'll set that aside and we'll start to prepare our vegetables. This is the fun part. Now okra is one of my favorite vegetables. I'll just top and tail them and set those aside, which we're going to roast. The sweet corn, I bought them pre-chopped. Put those aside in my little baking tray. Ready to bake. My fine beans, again, I'm going to cut these in probably about 3 or 4 sections. Add them again. And aubergine, this is the baby aubergine, very tasty. It absorbs flavors very, very well, guys. It's worth, and it's filling as well, it's worth buying these. Courgettes, slice those up. Again, we're going to roast probably about half, we don't need too many. And Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts all year round, not just on holiday seasons, just all year round. I love Brussels sprouts. Now once the vegetables are all in the container, I've washed them and I'm just pat drying them with some kitchen towel there. And once they're dry, they're ready to be seasoned. Again, my olive oil is the main coating. Sprinkle that on top and then add your favorite seasonings. I'm putting salt and black pepper. Yeah, it's a sea salt. I usually use my Malaysian pink salt, but I've run out of that. So yes, you use your salt, whichever you like. I'm using the garlic granules. They're ground garlic And I'm also putting my Italian seasoning. It's just herbs and spices all mixed up with nothing else in them. They sell them in different brands. Add in a little bit more salt there and a little bit of olive oil. And now they're ready to go in the oven to be baked. I'm chopping my peppers now. I love peppers. I love vegetables anyway, but yes, these peppers, I'm going to dice them into little cubes so that not only do they add the color, but these are full of antioxidants, which is good for your body, good for good health. And it's worth the trouble of slicing them up and having them ready for whichever recipe you're doing, whether it's salads or bakes or even just to munch on. Really nice. So you can see now we have a nice assortment of red, yellow and green bell peppers nicely chopped. And these are the vegetables once they've come out of the oven, just baked nicely and preserved with all the goodness in them. Now this is the plating section, guys. We are now going to assemble everything on the plate. Now these salads were pre-chopped and you can see that they're there in a packet, and it does actually help when you can just buy a packet of salad from your supermarket and then it's all ready. Now you can see I'm adding all the roasted vegetables, and guys, while you're watching the video, I'm sure you'll think, that's given me an idea. And sometimes we forget our vegetables. We've got the aubergines there, we've got the I did roast some shallots, you've got the okra, Brussels sprouts, courgettes, and I've just piling it all on the plate. This usually lasts a couple of days anyway, but at least I know I've got a variety there, and these vegetables are good carbohydrate vegetables. Now I did go ahead and do some sweet potato because it does help with making you feel a little bit more full up, and they're very good carbs, sweet potatoes. Yeah, you don't have to be afraid of them, they're very good for your body. And piling more vegetables on, guys. Now ready to put the star of the show on, the scallops and the salmon. I did bake these on a little bit longer in the oven while the vegetables were being prepared, and they look absolutely lovely. Yes, add them all there. Very nice. And then it's up to you, you can add anything else at this stage, but that's it. It's all prepared. Drizzle with a little bit of olive oil, add a little shine to it, and that's your dish completed.
So it's taste time. Now guys, I'm going to put a few of the lovely ingredients on the plate. I'm going to put some sweet corn and some courgettes, Brussels sprouts, okra, sweet potato. Ooh, where do I begin? Pop that on there like that, and get my lemongrass skewers there. Oh, yummy. And guys, do you remember we prepared that buttery sauce that's so good with fish? It's herbs and spices and that vermouth, so it has got alcohol in it. So hopefully this afternoon I shall be giggling more than usual. Okay, time to taste now. Let's have a little taste. And the sweet potato has just brought everything off. Let's taste the fish. Absolutely delicious. I would definitely encourage you to try this recipe. It is amazing. And guys, you don't have to use all of the ingredients that I've used. You can just use a few, and you don't have to use a lemongrass stew. You could use one of these regular ones. In fact, I've done a video with just regular chicken stew with bell peppers, and I've left the link up there. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I bid you a good day, and I will see you in my next video. Have a lovely day.